I would never think to question my own taste. I would only question theirs. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about the new you in the new year. You guys ask me all the time to talk to you about how to start a new style or to work on your style, to define and curate your style, and I thought what better time to do it than January, when everyone's looking for a fresh start. It's the perfect time to feel motivated, to make those changes that you've wanted to make for a really long time. And today I'm going to talk you through some little points and tips on how to do it. So you guys always want to know, how can I just redo my style and redo my wardrobe like on a budget quickly? And the truth is, I don't really think that's possible. Curating your style, refining your wardrobe takes time. It's something that happens gradually. I didn't just wake up one morning and like have, you know, the wardrobe that I have now. It's happened over years and years and years. So there's no quick answer, but today I'm going to give you the pointers to kind of get you started, get you on the right track, things to keep in mind, you know, as you shop throughout your life. The mannequin is just here for decoration, by the way, if anyone was wondering. I just think she looks really pretty in the shot, so that's that. And if you're new here today, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. My name is Freddie and I upload videos every single week, most of the time. And let's get started. So, of course, the first step to finding and defining your signature style is to find your inspiration. You need to kind of have a rough idea of, you know, the look you're going for, how you're going to be like representing yourself, and to have that idea in your head and also have references that you can draw on. So my favourite ways to do this are, first of all, Pinterest. Pinterest is literally your new best friend. If you don't have an account, make one. You guys can follow me on Pinterest and kind of steal some of my ideas. It's basically like an online pin board or scrapbook. It's somewhere that you can collect your references and ideas from all over the internet and have them in one place, and you can create different categories, different boards. So I would start by creating an outfit or fashion inspiration board, and this is where you can kind of collect and save all of those outfits that really inspire you, and you can create this kind of board and this vision. So for example, if you're reading a blog and you see an outfit that you really love, you can actually, most blogs will have a feature where you can use Pinterest to pin it to your board so you can come back to it later, and you can do this on pretty much any website on the internet, and you'll soon start to compile this whole collection of outfits that you like, and you'll see the correlation, and this will always be your reference point. So if you look at my Pinterest board of outfit inspiration, most of it's like Blair Waldorf, because Blair is like my ultimate style inspiration from Gossip Girl. There's a few like Scream Queens pictures thrown in, there's all sorts of stuff from like the Chanel shows, and it's not necessarily outfits that I can buy, because obviously Blair Waldorf is old and it's costumes, so most of them would have been custom made. Chanel is Chanel, but it's something that you can just draw back to for inspiration and look for similar things or similar kind of outfits and looks. I would also create another board, and this is something I do a few times a year, and it's where I save all of the links to clothes that I have my eye on when I'm shopping online. So if I'm shopping on Topshop or River Island, and I just want to like save the things that I like without having them all in a tab, it's so much easier to have them all in one place. So I'll like pin the skirt from Topshop, pin the dress from River Island, and then I have like this visual list that I can reference back to and see the things that I want to pick up for that season. And I do this a few times a year, so I'll do it for winter 2019 now, spring, summer, autumn, winter again, because the winter at the start of the year is going to be completely different to the winter at the end of the year. And I just think this is the most useful tool just to collect your thoughts, and it's so useful to just have this visual representation of what it is you're going for and keep adding to as your style grows and evolves. As well as that, of course, social media is probably the best way, in my opinion, for fashion inspiration, especially Instagram. So you can follow all of your favourite fashion bloggers on Instagram. Hope you guys will follow me as well. It's at Freddy. And we usually, where we can, post outfits that are current that you can actually still get now. And another thing I would really suggest you guys download is 21 Buttons. It's a really amazing app. It's basically like Instagram, except everything that we wear, we directly link. So if I post a picture, you can see it, and if you really like the jumper I'm wearing, you can literally tap on the jumper and it will take you straight to the website where you can buy it. So it's super, super useful if you love shopping bloggers' outfits, because sometimes they don't always tag what they're wearing in the Instagram post. It's a lot harder, but with 21 Buttons, it's really, really easy. So I definitely recommend you guys download that. And when you're in this process of gathering information and kind of deciding where you want to go with the style, there's some things that you want to keep in mind. Don't forget that your style should reflect who you are, or even who you want to be to the rest of the world. So personally, as you guys know, I'm super girly. I love everything feminine and pretty. So a lot of my clothes are pink or have really nice details like ruffles or lace or frills or that kind of thing. I'm also quite confident and like extra and fun, so I like to wear short skirts and high heels, but I'm also quite old-fashioned in some way, so a lot of my accessories reflect that, and also some of the things I wear. So basically everything I wear just shows my personality and who I am as a person. I think that's a really good place to start, but it's also completely fine and really fun to experiment with your style to represent a different version of yourself. So the possibilities are endless, but it's good to kind of have it in mind when you're shopping to give yourself like a clear direction and also keep it consistent as well. I think it's when people can't make up their mind that they end up having things in their wardrobe that are clashing, that don't really go together and are not cohesive, unless you're going for the quirky, collective, eccentric style, and then that's fine as well. And also, when you're drawing inspiration from people, you don't necessarily have to just love one person's style and that's it. Maybe you just love elements of that person's style. So you don't need to look at me, for example, and think, I basically just want to be Freddie, I want to wear everything that she wears. Maybe you just think, I really love all the colours that Freddie wears, like pinks and whites and neutrals and pastels, but I don't really like mini skirts, I don't really like high necks, I don't actually like the fit and the silhouettes that she wears. But you can take certain things from certain people's styles. So for example, me, I definitely have a collective style. I love anything feminine and girly, as you know, but I also love the 60s style, which is where I wear a lot of high necks, a lot of mini skirts, and what else? I really love classic pieces, but then I also love that really kind of preppy gossip girl look. I also love in winter going for this like really stereotypical Russian royalty look with, you know, big coats and faux fur. So it's about taking inspiration from all different places and just squishing it together, and that is what will become your signature unique style. So step 2 is out with the old. You are going to need to have a ruthless clear out. It's just something that's necessary. Starting a new style and keeping all of your old stuff is like putting on a fresh face of makeup when you already have makeup on from the night before. I mean, it's just not good. Clearing out can be really difficult. I used to be so bad at it because everything I had some kind of like sentimental value or memory attached to it, but you can't really live like that because you'll end up just being a hoarder. So I think the best thing to do and keep in mind when you're having a clear out is to imagine the best possible version of yourself, like your dream version of yourself. Everything is exactly how you want it, and you look at that person and you think, would she wear this? And if the answer is no, then it needs to go. And if you can't imagine that person, or you just don't know who that is yet, you don't know what you want in life, then take like your idol. So for me, it would be like, would Blair Waldorf wear this? And if the answer is no, then you know what to do. When I was younger, I always wanted to be kind of the girl that I have ended up being, and having the kind of lifestyle where I could dress exactly how I wanted to. And over the years, even though my lifestyle never used to be like that, I used to model, and I used to basically have to wear a black tank top, black skinny jeans and black heels every single day. So I did not have the lifestyle that I have now, but I would still buy the clothes because I just loved it, and I hoped that one day I would be able to have a life where I could be who I really wanted to be, and it ended up happening. It's all about your mental attitude, bringing you the things that you want in life. That was a tangent, but I do think it is relevant because when you're looking to, you know, work towards and shape the life that you want to have, I honestly believe that your style and how you present yourself to the world is a fantastic place to start. So back to having a clear out, I would say if you can, dedicate a whole day to your wardrobe because you need to try things on. Maybe things that used to look nice on you, they just don't look nice anymore. And maybe things that you weren't even too keen on before, you may actually love now. Try different combinations, try different tops with different skirts, jackets with different dresses, and see what works. Sometimes styling a simple skirt with just something different can totally transform it. And yeah, it's probably gonna take all day, but just get some snacks, put something on your laptop. Usually for me it's Dance Mums, and just try everything on. And this way you'll see if you have any hidden gems, but you'll also make sure that you're not holding on to anything that you shouldn't, and just be ruthless. I know some things are sentimental, so maybe hold on to a couple of sentimental things, but not too many, because honestly it doesn't do you any good, especially if you're trying to start a new style and move on and evolve yourself as a person. It doesn't do you any good holding on to old stuff. And also make sure you're not throwing away clothes. Don't ever put clothes in the bin unless like they have holes in and they're really not wearable. Always donate them, take them to a charity shop, take them to a women's shelter, or if they're in really good condition and you paid, you know, decent money for them and you'd like to see something back, sell them online. I have spent my life selling my clothes online. I used to sell on eBay, which is kind of stressful because you never know how much they're going to go for, but it does help you get rid of things quickly. Or my personal favourite that I use now is DEPOP, which is an app where you can list your clothes, set a price, people can either buy them or make you offers. It's a lot more relaxed, but either way, if you can make a little bit of money from your old clothes, it will give you a little bit of spending money. So I've said this to you guys 100 times before. When I sell my old clothes, I put it together and it's like my luxury fund, and that's how I buy my designer bags, and that's how I make sure that I don't get out of control. Spending and splurging on stuff that I don't need is like a really special thing. So I would get rid of 20, 30, 40 items of clothing to get one amazing bag or pairs of shoes or coats or something like that. So step number 3 is working with what you've got. No one is really in a position to just go out and buy an entirely new wardrobe. It's just not realistic. So it's really important to see what you've got and how you can work it into your new style. Then you'll know what gaps need to be filled and what you do actually need to go out and get. Also, looking at what you've already got and what you really love wearing that's already in your wardrobe will give you a really, really good guideline on where you should go and the kind of things that you want to be shopping for in the future. So if you pick out your favourite dress that's like always your go-to dress that you feel great in, what is it about it that you like? Is it the colours? Is it the shape and the fit? Is it the fabrics? Are there any details on it like ruffles or pretty button details? What is it that really draws you to it? And you can start to draw up comparisons in your wardrobe. So personally for me, I would say, well, all of my tops and even a lot of my dresses have a high neck. Obviously I love neutral colours like whites, greys, browns, and of course pinks and cream and that kind of thing. Everything I have that's on the bottom half is high-waisted. Skirts, shorts, jeans, trousers, everything is high-waisted. That's how I feel most confident. That's what I think looks nicest on my body. Fabric-wise, I love knits, I love faux fur and suede, I love tweed, I love more in the summer like lovely natural feeling cotton and like chiffon, flowy kind of stuff. So just identify the things that you like, and that will help you know what to look out for when you're shopping. And when you start to build on that, your wardrobe will become more consistent, which will then create your signature style. So I'm pretty sure if you guys went to Zara and you saw something that was like cream faux fur or, you know, pink tweed, you'd say, oh my god, that's so Freddy. And the reason for that is because I wear a lot of that kind of stuff consistently, so you're very used to seeing me in it. And if you want to have a kind of standout signature style, that's the way to do it, making consistencies in your wardrobe. Also, it's good to try and distinguish classic pieces to trends. So for example, this grey skirt is very, very classic. This is the kind of thing that I've always loved wearing, and I probably always will, more or less. You know, there's nothing kind of trendy about it. For example, my snake print shorts, I love these so much. I've been wearing them constantly. Should I base a whole wardrobe around snake print? No, definitely not, because it is just a trend. But in a scenario where you don't actually like anything that's in your wardrobe and you really do want to start from scratch, then I just say refer back to point 1, go back to your inspiration boards and go from there. So now it's time to put everything into practice and start filling your wardrobe with the things that are going to really define and curate your personal style and your wardrobe. The first step to doing this, because like I said, you can't just go shopping one day and buy everything new, is to work out what it is that you actually need. Find the gaps in your wardrobe. So maybe you threw out your coat because it was black and you're like, I don't want to be that kind of person anymore, I want to wear something more colourful. Then you know that you need a coat. I would also say, like as a general kind of blanket rule, that the best things to start off with are the more classic things like wardrobe essentials. I have done a video all about this, so I won't repeat myself. I'll link it down below, but I made a video about like the 10 staple classic things that everybody needs in their wardrobe. So for example, I definitely said a coat. Especially in England, we spend so much of our time in a coat, so I think it's one of the top things you should invest money in. Also a signature handbag, a really good pair of versatile shoes. But I would definitely say, before you worry about not having enough like cute dresses or cute shoes, or if you tend to get carried away and go crazy on cute dresses and cute shoes, stick to the essentials, stick to the staple classics, and it will give you a really good foundation for your wardrobe. As we are in January right now, I will say that you could use the January sales to your advantage, because obviously everything is really cheap right now, everything's on sale. But do be careful with what you get. Make sure you are only buying pieces that are classic, because a lot of the stuff is in the sale because it's past season. So It may not still be trendy like next winter, so do keep that in mind if you have a limited budget. But then again, you guys know that I'm all about trends. I sound like I'm really anti-trends in this video, and I'm not at all. I love trends. I think they are essential to keeping your wardrobe looking up to date and cool and not dated and old. And I would actually say that my best secret to good style is mixing trends with classic pieces, but it's all about knowing where to actually put your money. You guys know I have expensive taste. I like spending my money on expensive clothes, but I would never do that for something that was trendy. For example, my snake print shorts. I was never going to go and get those from an expensive brand like Ted Baker. I would always go to the high street for my trends, like Zara is my number one, Topshop, River Island, and H&M as well. Or if I was looking for a new like faux fur winter coat, or like a pale pink trench coat for summer, or a pair of over-the-knee boots that I know I wear constantly, then I'm prepared to put up the money. I'm prepared to spend a decent amount of money on those things because they're classic. I know that I'll wear them every year and I'll get a lot of good use out of them, and they're not going to go out of style. The exact same goes for my designer bags. So these are two of my favourites. They're both in beautiful like pinkish nudie colours, which is just my signature colour. It goes with everything that I wear. The shapes are very classic. There's nothing particularly you know, different or stand out about them, apart from the fact that they're beautiful quality and gorgeous colours, and for me, like, these are just my favourite bags ever. But these are worth putting money into because I know that in 5, even 10 years, this will still be in fashion because this has already stood the test of time. But these two bags, for example, which I just got from Topshop, this is a little velvet leopard print one, and this is a little pearl one, are total and utter trend bags. There is nothing classic about these. They probably will not stand the test of time. That's just my prediction. I mean, you never know. But I highly doubt it, and I would never say, you know, go to Gucci and look for something like this. Like I kind of said before, when you're shopping, try and stick to the colour palette that you want to go for in your wardrobe. Sometimes I might see something like a dress in an amazing like coral colour that looks stunning, but I actually think, do you know what, I don't have a bag to go with that. I don't have shoes that would really go with that, so there's not really much point wasting my money on it. The key to building a cohesive wardrobe is to keep in mind everything that you already have when you're buying it. So think, what could I pair this with? What would this look great with? Will I get the wear out of this piece? And does this fit in with the vision I have for myself and my future style? What I also think is really important when you're shopping is to somewhat keep in mind your actual lifestyle. So it's one thing kind of dreaming and looking to the future, who you want to be, but also you don't want to buy clothes that you actually can't wear. So for example, if your job or even your religion requires you to wear or not wear certain things, there's no point buying something that you can only wear at home. And there's always ways around it. So if you really want to go for that gorgeous feminine style, but maybe your job or religion requires you to like wear trousers, you could buy a beautiful pink blouse with ruffles or some embellishment or embroidery on it. On the other hand, if your day-to-day environment is really, really casual, but you're the kind of person that likes to be a bit more dressed up, maybe you don't have the confidence to dress up, personally I would just do it, but maybe think how you could style like a really simple casual outfit, like a jeans and tee outfit, to showcase your personality and flair a little bit more. So for example, what I would do is wear some really nice high-waisted fitted jeans with really cute little neat rips in the knees, with like a really tight white turtleneck and like a cute little pink necktie, great handbag and some pink heels. Like, that's how you've kind of gone for that jeans outfit that's casual, but just made it look a little bit more stylish. Some outfits may not be entirely symbiotic with day-to-day life, but there are always ways around it to integrate style with what you practically need from an outfit. You just have to use your imagination. Also, when you're shopping and looking for outfits, and I say this more in the long term rather than just going on your initial shopping spree, but it's to keep in mind your different moods. Just like you have normal like life moods, you also can have different style moods. Sometimes I want to go for like this really demure, like princessy look that's really classy, but sometimes I just want to wear something a bit more like fun and cheeky and sexy, something tight and short. Sometimes I want to go really over the top and extra and wear feathers and go crazy, and sometimes I do just want to be a little bit more laid back and relaxed and wear something like this. So just keep that in mind when you're buying outfits. Don't restrict yourself to one particular thing, otherwise you're probably going to get bored really quickly. And I'd also say that make sure you are trying stuff on and being realistic. Sometimes even if you're looking at your inspiration board and you love the way something looks on someone, you may not like it on yourself, so don't force yourself into buying it and wearing it if you really don't think it's going to work. I mean, I'm all for stepping outside of your comfort zone and pushing your personal boundaries because that's how you grow. But for example, I love the way midi skirts look on other girls. I literally think they look so stylish and cute. But for some reason, when I put them on, I feel like a grandma and I hate it. and I need to get it off, and I just can't seem to make it work. Sometimes I've made it work, but on the whole, they're just really not my thing. So yeah, it really is all about experimenting and just seeing what you feel comfortable and confident wearing, and taking it from there. I've said it before, but confidence really is the best accessory a girl can wear. I did give you guys a little pep talk this time last year, and I think you're ready for a new one. Everybody always asks me, how do you stay so confident in what you're wearing? Do you get nervous people are going to look at you, judge you, laugh at you, make fun of you? And the answer, simply put, is no. I don't give a damn. I really don't. Honestly, you could be wearing a bin bag, but if you strut down the street feeling like $1 million, then other people will believe it too. When you believe it and you don't question it, other people will do the same. If you walk down the street in a big pink faux fur coat and you're feeling very self-conscious and very awkward, and you're almost walking like a little bit apologetically, looking down at the floor, hoping no one's going to look at you, then yeah, people might look at you and think you look a little bit silly, possibly. But honestly, if you just have a fierce or even just a carefree attitude, confident, head held high, then you're probably going to end up making other people feel self-conscious for wearing their boring old coat, and they wish they looked like you. Of course, confidence comes with time, and it's very easy for me to stand here and just tell you to be yourself and own it. It is something that comes with time, it's something you have to get used to, but honestly, just fake it till you make it. If I was in my outfit and I walked down the street and a group of girls looked me up and down and sniggered at me, I would never think to question my own taste. I would only question theirs. And that's just the way you have to be if you choose to stand out, and that doesn't really just apply to style, that just applies to anything in life. For example, and this is my favourite analogy, if you're watching Gossip Girl and one of Blair's outfits is like questionable, you would think, oh, but it's Blair and she loves it, so it's fine. And that's because Blair is unapologetically confident and sure of herself, and that's what everyone should aspire to be like in everything in life. I love how this style video has turned into life coaching. Would you guys like me to do a life coaching video? I'm not sure that's a good idea, to be quite honest. Anyway, the final point, just to wrap it all up, is you could be wearing the most stylish, wonderfully put together, cool, perfect outfit, but if you're not wearing it confidently, if you don't have a smile, if you don't have your head held high, then you may as well be wearing your pajamas, and that is words to live by. So I'm gonna leave it there, but I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I really hope that I gave you some inspiration to really rejuvenate yourself this year, and I think the best place to start is always with your wardrobe. Don't forget to hit subscribe to keep up with future videos, and I will see you guys next week. Bye! Out of here!